Sports on Mix 95.3 WUME. Our baseball and softball coverage brought to you all season long by Team OC Youth Mentoring, Whitfield Investments, Buddy's Food and Fuel, by RP Lumber, Riley Oil, Springer Insurance, Cave and Cal Car Quarries, Orange County Casa, Hoosier Hills Credit Union, Hoosier Hardware, Paoli Health and Living Community, by Jeremy Payton, Edward Jones, Orange County REMC, and Orange County Fiber. In Focus Eye Care, Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company, by Summers Seamless Guttering, and Orange County Community Foundation.
Class 2A Sectional 46 can best be summed up as wide open, with all 6 teams having a legitimate shot at taking home the sectional crown. Only Salem and Paoli have winning records, with Mitchell and Eastern hovering around the 500 mark. This sectional is wide open because the 2-time defending sectional champion Providence Pioneers have moved up because of the success factor, and a new champion will be crowned this year. Good evening from Gary Seitzinger Field. I'm Dave Dedrick, and it's time now for Rams baseball on Mix 95.3, streaming live on WUME953.com, and ask Alexa to play 95.3 WUME. This sectional started off with Game 1 earlier this evening, and it was Salem taking home the win over Clarksville by a score of 7-1 to advance to the semifinal round. Game 2 tonight, the Paoli Rams begin their postseason play, taking on Crawford County for a 3rd time this season, while Mitchell and Eastern drew the byes and will not take the field until Saturday afternoon. When we continue with our pregame show, we'll take a look at this game number 2 rematch between Paoli and Crawford County. You're listening to Rams baseball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
The Rams hope to continue their dominance over Crawford County and advance to the semifinal round Saturday. The Rams have won 8 of the last 10 games between these two teams, and that includes a 9-2 win at Crawford County in conference play. That happened back in April, where Cooper Spires went 5 1/3 innings, striking out 12, giving up 2 unearned runs on 5 hits. While at the plate, he went 2 for 4. The Rams offense also got support from Tyler Hannon, who went 2 for 4 with 3 stolen bases, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. Dom Garcia was 2 for 3 in that game with 4 RBIs, a stolen base, and a run scored. In the rematch at Trinkle Field earlier this month, it was Cooper Spires on senior night throwing a no-hitter, with the Rams winning 10-0 in 5 innings. Spires only allowed 1 base runner, and that was a walk, with the Crawford runner then being thrown out, trying to steal second. Spires struck out 8 and issued just 1 walk. The Rams jumped out early in that game, scoring 9 runs in the first inning on just 2 hits. On the day, the Rams only had 3 hits, singles by Hannon and Garcia, and a triple off the bat of Carter Vernon. For the Wolfpack, Brody Fish started that game and faced 5 batters, walking 4 of them. Ian Sturgeon came on in relief, struggled early before he got the Rams, though, to hold them to just 1 run after that first inning, but the Rams win it 10-0. They hope to make it a sweep of 3 games this season. When we continue, we'll take a look at today's starting lineups. You're listening to Rams baseball on Mix 95.3.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jeremy Payton, your Bedford Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones and Jeremy Payton is a proud sponsor of high school sports on WUME. For all of your investment needs, call Jeremy Payton or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Looking to make a difference? Team OC's Youth Mentoring Program is here to help kids in Orange County reach their full potential. Our mission to expand child's possibilities through a community-wide mentoring program for kids 7 to 17. We provide support, guidance, and a caring adult to lean on. You can be a part of their journey. Become a mentor or make a donation. Join us at 262 West Court Street, Paoli, or visit teamocmentoring.org. Questions? Call Executive Director Priscilla Woodrum at 812-653-0288. Team OC, expanding possibilities one child at a time.
It was a dry first game between Clarksville and Salem, and then while Paoli and Crawford County took their warm-ups, had a brief shower come through Mitchell, and now the skies are starting to clear. In fact, we have a rainbow coming over the right field fence here, so a good sign, hopefully, to get the rest of this game in without any issue, and again, starting to see some of the clouds break up and some blue sky. As it's Paoli and Crawford County, the winner will advance on to the semifinal round on Saturday morning. Let's take a look at today's starting lineups. First of all, 4 of the visitors on the scoreboard, that being Crawford County. Leading off will be the center fielder, Devin Decker. Hitting second will be the pitcher, that's Ian Sturgeon. In the 3 spot, the catcher, Kason Breeden. Cleanup is the shortstop, Brody Fish. Hitting fifth at third base, Devin Menke. 6th man in the order is Miller Crocker at first base. Hitting seventh, the DH, that is Landon Peters. Hitting 8th in left field, Hayes Farrell. And in the 9th spot, the second baseman, Bladen Dickey. The DH Peters will hit for the right fielder, that being Levi Richardson on defense for Crawford County. On the mound for the Rams today, it'll be the senior, Austin Chastain, coming in 2-4 on the year. A 1.26 ERA, 33 1/3 innings, 12 runs, 9 of those have been earned. He's given up 18 hits, struck out 38, and walked 15 batters. Devin Decker will lead it off, wearing number 1 for the Wolfpack here today. Has an all-base percentage of .425 and leads the team in steals with 31 this season. The first pitch by Chastain is fouled off the bat and off the back of the screen for strike 1. Well, Austin has had some good outings here this season. The Rams hope that he will continue that here in their first postseason game of this season. The strike 1 pitch on the way by the right-hander, again fouled off, nearly took out the on-deck batter, that being Ian Sturgeon. He had to have quick feet to get out of the way of that one. Rams today have Riley Tote behind the plate, Dom Garcia at first, Tyler Hannon at second, Cooper Spires at short, and Kirkland Hughes down at third. Outfield and left, it is Aiden Hickman, Justin Thornton patrolling center field, and Raleigh Clunk in right for Paoli's defense here to start off this ball game. The 0-2 pitch on the way from Chastain to Decker. It took a little off. It was high, a swing and a miss, and that'll be out number 1. And strikeout number 1 recorded here today by the right-hander, Austin Chastain. And that'll bring up Ian Sturgeon. It'll be pitcher facing pitcher for the first time here in this ball game. Sturgeon will step in at the right-handed batter's box. Again, a young team, as he has the best ERA on this team, and he's up hacking away and gets a foul off the back screen for strike 1. Chastain just knows he's got to throw strikes here today, put the ball in play, and let his defense do their job behind him. Straight away in the outfield, swung a little round towards left center. Here's on the ground, a 3-hopper. Shortstop Spires, double clutches, throws across the diamond. It is low, and the ball gets away from the first baseman, Dom Garcia. And that'll put Sturgeon on, but that'll be an error on the throw. So the Rams have their first error here of the ball game, and that will put the first base runner on. That's being Kason Breeden for the Crawford County Wolfpack. As we mentioned, a very young team, Russ Payne, along with Devin Decker, Devin Menke, and Hayes Farrell and Levi Richardson, the only seniors on this ball club. As Breeden at the plate, team leading 14 RBIs on the year. As we mentioned, Sturgeon, definite threat to steal, and there was a throw over, and Dom Garcia puts the tag, and then his throw was low, and Austin Chastain had to go down low to get that, lost his footing on the mound. Again, this is the synthetic turf at Gary Seitzinger Field. Might be a little slick with the bit of rain that we had moved through just prior to the first pitch here this evening. So we'll keep an eye on that. Might see a ball or two skid, so the infielders and outfielders have to be ready for that. Third baseman Kirkland Hughes comes in at the cut of the turf, or cut of the grass, we'll refer to it as once again, Sturgeon getting his lead down at first base with 1 out. A wind in the pitch, and it's outside snap throw down by Coate, and tag applied, but it's going to be too late, and the count to Breeden now is 1-0. Breeden, the number 3 man in the order here for Crawford County. Chastain working from the stretch for the first time in this ball game. Just getting started. Game 2 of Sectional 46, runner takes off, strike call, throw down. It's to the third base side of the bag, and nearly sliding off the bag was Sturgeon. The tag was applied by Spires, but the umpire right there said that he held on to the corner of the bag, and that'll be a stolen base for Sturgeon. He'll be down at second with 1 out, and the count 1-1 on the hitter, Cason Breeden. Crawford County trying to get out here early in this ball game. Coach Menke said before the game they just want to try and keep it close, hang around, and see what will happen here in this postseason matchup. And they fell twice to the Rams during the regular season, 9-2 and 10-0. 1-1 pitch, a swing and a miss on an off-speed delivery, and Breeden behind in the count at 1-2. As we mentioned, Chastain coming in, 38 strikeouts to his credit this season. Outfield again straight away against the right-handed hitting Cason Breeden. Breeden steps in from that right side, digs in, the 1-2 pitch on the way, and there's a strike call down the outside part of the plate. He goes down looking. That'll be out number 2, strikeout number 2. And Brody Fish, the shortstop for Crawford County, gets his first crack at Chastain with the runner in scoring position. Now 2 down in the inning for Crawford County. Brody Fish, 7 extra base hits, leading the team here this year. And he would love to deliver another one. Standing deep in the batter's box is number 5, Brody Fish. Chastain from the stretch, checks Sturgeon at second, halfway down. The ball gets away from Coate. That will allow the base runner to go down to third base. And now all of a sudden the scoring run 90 feet closer. And the count is 1-0 to Brody Fish. Fish an opportunity here to give his team the lead early on. Brody, again, one of the seniors on this ball club, an all-around good athlete for Crawford County throughout his career. The 1-0 pitch on the way from Chastain, and this one's low and outside, and the count goes to 2-0. Decker struck out to start the inning. Sturgeon got on with an error, stole a base. Pass ball has moved him over to third. Breeden went down looking, and it's now Brody Fish, the 2-0 count from Chastain, and this one's hit out into right center field. Going back is Clunk looking up. He won't get to it. Ball on the turf, gets away from him. Here goes the batter, Fish, going into second. Throw is offline. And he will be down at second base, and that will give Crawford County their first run of the game as they take an early 1-0 lead here over Paoli in the top half of the first. So Fish able to come through with that extra base hit, RBI as well, and it'll be up to Devin Menke. Menke, third baseman today. Devin coming in, leading the team in walks and runs scored. He'll step in from the left side as we see Brody Fish go over to Coach Menke at third base to have a conversation as Riley Coate, the catcher for the Rams, goes out to the mound to talk to Austin Chastain. Looks into the dugout, and this will now be a meeting that is broken up, and the base runner goes back to second. So Crawford County out to an early 1-0 lead. Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. 2 outs in the inning, big 2-out hit there by Brody Fish to bring home the first run of the ball game. Chastain looks in to Coate. Has the sign from the stretch. The first pitch to Menke on the way is low and bounces. Good stop by Coate behind the plate, and the count is 1-0. Even though 2 strikeouts recorded by Chastain, has had his problems here in the last couple of hitters finding the strike zone. Just putting the bat on the ball, Crawford County, and they've got to run in. 1-0 pitch, and this is going to be outside for ball 2, 2-0. The count was 2-0 on Fish when he went the opposite way to right field. Menke, the lefty, see what he gets to hit on 2-0. Chastain, long pause. Usually a pretty quick worker is Austin. Slowing down with the runner on at second, brings it in, and it's going to be low and inside, and that is ball 3 to Devin Menke. Menke 1 pitch away from getting a free pass here in this first inning. And Crawford already up 1-0. The 3-0 pitch on the way by Chastain. It beat on the ground to the second baseman. Hannon has it, gobbles it up, throws it over to first, and that will bring the inning to a close. But for Crawford County, they pick up 1 run on 1 hit. They leave one man left on, and there was one Ram error. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Crawford on top, 1-0. You're listening to Rams baseball on Mix 95.3.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
Looking for a bank that actually puts you first? Then it's time to meet Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company, where banking feels a little more human. Whether you're saving for a rainy day, chasing your first home, or planning that someday retirement dream, we've got your back every step of the way. Enjoy personal service, local decisions, and real people who care about your goals. Stop by your local Springs Valley Banking Center or visit us online at svbt.bank to get you started. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Behind early, even before they come to the plate for the very first time here today, 1-0 in favor of the Crawford County Wolfpack. As the Rams line up today, will come to the plate to face Ian Sturgeon. It'll be Cooper Spires leading it off at shortstop. Hitting second is the third baseman, Kirkland Hughes. The 3 spot is the second baseman, Tyler Hannon. In the cleanup spot, first baseman, Dom Garcia. Hitting fifth in center field, Justin Thornton. The right fielder, Raleigh Clunk, will hit sixth. In seventh, the left fielder, Aiden Hickman. Pitching and hitting eighth will be Austin Chastain. And behind the plate in the ninth spot will be Riley Coate. And on the mound, it will be Ian Sturgeon coming in with a 4.80 ERA so far on this season. Again, the Wolfpack struggled during the regular season. They got off to a great start. In fact, they were 3-1 at one time, but now have lost 20 in a row. That's the good thing about postseason. We re-rack those records, and everybody comes in 0-0, and it is a new season in postseason play, and that's what Crawford is looking to bank on here tonight. As for the Rams, Cooper Spires, the shortstop, will come to the plate. Cooper hitting .231 with 5 RBIs and 4 doubles to his credit. Again, it's been a struggle at the plate for the Rams that we've documented throughout the entire season. Even though they're hitting .198, that's a lot better than when they started. So it has climbed throughout the year, and the first pitch is outside the Cooper 4-1. Kirkland Hughes on deck for the Rams. Again, a senior-dominated lineup for Paoli on the diamond. Next pitch is going to be low and outside, and the count goes to 2-0. Again, it was walks in the second game that really came back to haunt Crawford County as Paoli scored those 9 runs in the first inning. The next pitch is popped up into the air out into right center field. Moving over is Decker. Decker settles underneath of it, and there's one up and one down for the Rams. On the pop out to the center fielder. And Kirkland Hughes will come to the plate for the first time today. Kirkland hitting .288 with 5 RBIs, 2 doubles, and a triple to his credit this season in regular season play. He will stand in from the right side, step deep in that batter's box to face Sturgeon for the first time today. And the first pitch is jumped on and fouled off the fist out of play behind the screen. And the count goes to 0-1. Third baseman Menke even with the bag, so was the first baseman Crocker. Swung around towards left in the outfield, particularly in center field. There's a fastball taken at the knees for strike 2, 0-2 to Kirkland Hughes. Kirkland has played short, third, and caught an even pitched a time or two as the off-speed pitch sails high and out of the strike zone. And the count goes to 1-2. Crawford picked up 1 run here in the top of the first. They lead it 1-0. Rams had 1 out in the inning and nobody on. The next pitch is a fastball, but it's going to be low and inside, and the count 2-2 to the Rams' third baseman, Kirkland Hughes. Ian Sturgeon ready to work again as he and Breeden on the same page. The 2-2 pitch, and it's a check swing as Hughes did not go around, but it's going to be called strike 3, and that is out number 2. And the first strikeout recorded by Sturgeon. And Tyler Hannon will come to the plate, the Rams' second baseman, hitting .278 on the year with 19 RBIs. That's the team high along with Dom Garcia. Base is empty, 2 outs. Here's one, a shot to the hole and past the diving shortstop out in the left field. Farrell will quickly pick it up and get it back in, but that will be a 2-out single off the bat of Tyler Hannon as the Rams get their first hit of the ball game. Now see if they can replicate what Crawford did and bring that run around. Dom Garcia will be up to the plate in the cleanup spot, the senior first baseman, hitting .238. And as we mentioned, just coming back with that 19 RBIs. He's got one of those bats, got a little pink and blue, almost like the rainbow that we have that's starting to fade away just a bit out over right field here. Good crowd on hand, as you might expect, for postseason play. Glad everybody could come, and those listening in as well. Snap throw over to first, but Hannon dives in ahead of the tag. Again, Crocker holding the base runner on at first. Big gap between the first baseman and second baseman as Garcia, right-handed hitter, stands deep in the batter's box. Sturgeon from the stretch brings it in, swing and a miss on the first one by Dom for strike one. Dom's had a couple of good games in the first two meetings between these two ball clubs. He has a chance to try and keep this inning going for the Rams. Hannon getting his lead out near the cut of the turf. Checks, brings it in, and Garcia again swings and misses. Got just maybe a piece of it on the fist for a foul ball, and the count will go 0-2. Dom, .238 on the year, backs out of the batter's box, steps back in. He is behind in the count, 0-2. Sturgeon from the stretch will check the runner. Hannon down there at first with 2 outs. Long pause. There goes Hannon. Here's the pitch in. It's lifted up out into center field. Short center field coming in. Running center fielder. And on the running catch is Devin Decker. And he was almost to the back of the infield, just about 5 feet out in the green turf that designates the outfield as Garcia will fly out to the center fielder for out number 3. Here at the bottom of the first for the Rams, there were no runs. There was 1 hit. There was 1 man left on, and no Crawford errors. At the end of 1 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, Crawford County 1, Paoli 0. You're listening to Rams baseball, that is, on Mix 95.3.
Springer Insurance is proud to support our Paoli Rams as they work toward a successful season. The hard work that goes into training and preparation is something we truly value. Mark, Daniel, Thomas, and Greg will work with our team at Indiana Farmers Insurance to find the best coverage for your home, auto, farm, or business. Visit us at Springer Insurance in Orleans or call 812-865-3133. We love taking care of customers as much as we love our Rams. Go Rams!
Every day, children in our community enter the court systems because of abuse or neglect, and they need someone to speak up for them. That's where CASA comes in. Our volunteers stand beside them, making sure their voices are heard and their best interests come first. It's incredibly important work, and we need more people willing to make a difference. I'm Chrissy Evans, Orange County CASA Director. If you've ever wondered how you could help a child in a meaningful way, I'd love to talk with you. Call 812-723-2411.
6, 7, and 8 due up for the Wolfpack here in the top half of the second. Miller Crocker, followed by Landon Peters and Hayes Farrell. Crocker steps in from the right side, the sophomore first baseman, and the first pitch by Chastain on the way is a fastball at the knees for strike 1. Crocker on base percentage of .356, ready to go. Crowds the plate from the right side. The next delivery is too far inside, and he gets hit in the back, and that will put him on at first base. So Crocker hit by the pitch, the first hit batsman of the day for Chastain in his second inning of work. And Landon Peters, the DH, will be stepping up to the plate. Again, he will hit for the right fielder today, that being Levi Richardson. Peters, a sophomore, tries to move the base runner on, see if Crawford goes a little small ball here with Coach Menke giving the signs down the third base way, but the leadoff man on. He's going to stay in there. Ball gets away from Coate, but does a great job of tracking it down. Tried to backhand that one, got the mid on it, only scampered away about 8 or 9 feet, and Riley quickly out there to cover it up so that the base runner does not move down. 1-0 the count on Peters. Not big lead at all, and there's a strike taken at the knees to Peters for strike 1, 1-1. Crocker on at first base. Dom Garcia will hold him on. Chastain pitches from the stretch. Checks the runner, brings it in, and this one is going to be low. time Peters almost came around on that one, but at the last second held up, and the count goes to 2-1. Chastain again, as we mentioned, a quick worker ready to go from the stretch. Not much of a lead down at first base by Crocker, and the next pitch is going to be low and outside with the fastball, and the count goes to 3-1. Landon Peters hanging in there from the right side. Chastain looking to see if he can throw a strike here on this 3-1 pitch. Crocker a couple of strides off the bag at first. The 3-1 delivery on the way. Off-speed pitch sails high and inside, and that'll be a walk. And Crawford has their first two base runners on here in the second. First walk issued by Chastain, and that'll bring up the left fielder, the senior Hayes Farrell, for the first time today. Farrell, 3 doubles to his credit, but also gets the job done in the classroom as he was the salutatorian for the class at 2026 at Crawford County High School. Big opportunity for him here on the baseball diamond. 2 on and nobody out in a 1-0 game. He looks at the first one. It's going to be low and outside for ball 1. Bottom part of this order for Crawford trying to get something done. Austin Chastain needs to find some rhythm in the strike zone here. Takes a long pause, checks the runners, and brings the delivery in. And it's going to be a fastball. This one at the knees. Farrell taking all the way, and the count goes to 1-1. Straight away in the outfield, Thornton shaded just a bit towards left center. But again, Justin, one of the better center fielders that we've seen, he can track him down in center field and cover a lot of territory with his athletic ability. Batter squares to bunt. They nearly have the guy down at second, caught between second and third, but quickly Crocker does not draw a throw, and he is able to get back, and the count goes to 2-1. Farrell, the number 8 man in the order, not holding the runner on at first as Tom Garcia comes in a step or two on the turf. Bunted to the pitcher, fielded by Chastain. His only play is over at second or first, and he throws the ball away. Coming in to score will be Crocker, the second run of the game. The throw in from the first base side from Hannon is high, but Chastain does his job of backing that play up to prevent any other further runs from coming in, and it is a 2-0 ball game, as that'll be an error on the pitcher. And for the Rams, that'll be their second error of the ball game, and Crawford now has runners on at second and third, and that will bring to the plate the number 9 man in the order, that being Bladen Dickey, but not before head coach Jeremy Payton will make a trip out to the mound. Crawford already 2 runs in here in this ball game. This is going to be a quick trip. Nope, we're going to already make a pitching change. It looks like Cooper Spires will be coming in to go to the mound for the Rams, as Chastain will only go 1 inning of work here today. And 2 runs so far to his credit, as the Rams make a change early in this ball game to bring in Cooper Spires. We'll take a break, come back, and reset the Rams lineup. It is 2-0 in favor of Crawford County. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Woohoo! Look at that!
Oh, you're pumped.
Yeah, check this out. I'm 30% to my vacation savings goal.
Your life depresses me.
Well, some people actually have to save so they can travel.
How did you save so much already?
Goal-based savings from Hoosier Hills Credit Union. I set a goal amount and deadline. They recommend how often and how much to save and offer auto transfers. It's vacation savings on autopilot.
I see what you did there.
Hoosier Hills Goal-Based Savings Accounts, a free financial tool for Hoosier Hills members. Visit a Hoosier Hills location to join today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
Payton does not waste any time in a postseason game as he pulls Chastain and brings in Spires. Hopefully the senior will be ready to get into a rhythm and bring this inning to a close with 2 men in scoring position. And the first pitch is a ball to Dickey. Dickey steps in from the right side. wide in the pitch, and there's a fastball on the outside part of the plate for strike one, 1-1. Cooper pitched the no-hitter through 5 innings the last time up, allowed only one base runner who was cut down stealing, so he only faced the limit in that game. And the off-speed pitch is going to be outside, and the count goes to 2-1. A hit batter, a walk, and an error, and 1 run already in for Crawford, and they lead it 2-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Fastball is going to be low, and the count goes to 3-1. Base runners are the responsibility of Chastain, lifted officially after 1 inning. And the next pitch is going to be called for a strike. And the count goes to 3-2. Spires ready to work. Out of the stretch, the 3-2 pitch is outside, and that'll be a walk. And Dickey will get on with the full count walk. That'll be the first walk issued by Spires, second by Rams pitching. And that'll take us to the top of the inning with the bases loaded. And that'll bring up Devin Decker, who struck out to start this ball game. Decker, the senior, a big opportunity here with team already up 2-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James. Coming in at the corners, double play depth at second and short, and there's a breaking ball that catches the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Rams need an out. Peters at third, Farrell at second, and Dickey down at first, the base runners for the Wolfpack. There's a curveball that bends in and catches the inside part of the plate for strike 2. That was a pitch that really worked well for Cooper in the first time that he came to the mound about 10 days ago and pitched that no-hitter. Really had Crawford County batters frozen with that curveball. Time taken, Coach Menke comes down to talk to his leadoff man, Devin Decker. Run in the first, 1 in the second already here for the Pack. They lead it 2-0 and threatening with more here in this inning with nobody out. Spires on in relief. Pitch on the way, and it's a fastball. Gets away from Coates, but not far enough for the base runners to advance. As Decker, a good job of laying off that fastball on the outside part of the plate. The count goes to 1-2. Spires from the stretch. The 1-2 delivery on the way. Here's a curveball, but it's just going to stay high, and the count goes to 2-2. Bases are full of Crawford County runners. No place to put the batter. Spires. The 2-2 delivery on the way. Swing and a miss, and that's a big strikeout for Spires. Second time Decker's gone down swinging. That is out number 1, and that will bring up Ian Sturgeon to the plate, the counterpart on the mound for Crawford County. He got on with an error, stole a base, got on with a pass ball, and then came in on the double by Fish to score the first run of the game. Kind of took a half-check swing, and it's going to be a called strike anyway for strike 1. Spires with the bases loaded, looking to get out of this jam. Strike 1 pitch and a check swing. The ball gets away from Coate, but the base runner will not go down as Riley goes to the backstop to come up with that one. A good amount of room here from dugout to dugout behind home plate at the Mitchell turf. Of course, the Mitchell name across the backside here in their school colors of blue and gold, and then, of course, the Blue Jacket emblem in front of each dugout. 1-1 the count to Ian Sturgeon. Spires trying to put out a fire here in the second. The 1-1 pitch, fastball, is going to be outside and low for ball 2, 2-1. Peters at third, Farrell at second, Dickey down at first for the Crawford County Wolfpack. Again, the corners come into the cut of the turf. This one's a pop-up right to the second baseman, fielded there quickly by Hannon, and then he throws over to Hughes to double up the base runner at second. And the Rams able to get out of that with a double play here that could have been a big inning for Crawford County. Sturgeon is out on the pop-out to the second baseman, and then getting picked off at second is Farrell. That goes 4-6 for out number 3. Here in this second inning of play, there was 1 run for Crawford County, no base hits. They leave 2 men on, and there was 1 Ram error. We'll go to the bottom of the second on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, and it is Crawford County on top, 2-0. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Some rain in between games. Now we start to see the skies clear up just a bit. About half blue and half cloudiness, but good news is no rain in the forecast. Should be great to go for the rest of this ball game. Just a light breeze blowing in a little bit from right field here as we begin this second inning of play. With the Rams down 2-0, it'll be hitters 5, 6, and 7 due up. Justin Thornton, Raleigh Clunk, and Aiden Hickman for Paoli. Justin Thornton comes to the plate for the first time today. The junior hitting 145 on the year with 5 RBIs. Well, remember back when Justin was a young freshman, came up here in a blustery day to say the least, and hit a home run here at Seitzinger Field. He would love to at least just get on base with a single or a double, and he jumps on the first one, pops it a mile high to the right side of the infield, just to the right of the pitcher's mound, and Sturgeon fields his position perfectly as there's one pitch and one out in the inning, and Raleigh Clunk will come to the plate for the Rams. Crawford County here today in their burnt orange jerseys with Wolfpack across the front in white script and their gray pants, the Rams in their purple pants with their white jerseys and the purple and gold numerals and the P up on the left side of the chest. First pitch to Clunk. He takes a check swing for strike one. Raleigh coming in with a .222 batting average with 12 RBIs, 3 doubles to his credit this season. He looks at the fastball that is outside off the plate, and the count goes to 1-1. Ian Sturgeon on the mound working with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. Fires a fastball, but it's going to be low for ball 2, 2-1. Rams need base runners. Crawford been able to scratch out a couple of early runs here to have a 2-0 lead. A wind in the pitch, a swing and a miss by Clunk, and the count goes to 2-2. One out in the inning, nobody on for Paoli. Sturgeon ready to work again. Ian with the wind. The delivery home by the right-hander, and a swing and a miss. Took a little bit off of it, and Clunk goes down swinging. That will be out number 2, and a strikeout number 2 by Sturgeon. And to the plate will be Aiden Hickman. Hickman, the left fielder, will come to the plate with the bases empty and 2 outs, hitting just 120 on the year. He'll step in from the right side, and he'll take a strike on the outside part of the plate for strike one. Outfield swung a bit around towards left with the right-handed hitter. Sturgeon ready to work. Deals again, and this is a swing and a miss by Hickman, and he's behind in the count now 0-2. Sturgeon looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of this ball game. He's on the mound ready to work again as the right-hander. Now he looked into his catcher, Breeden, apparently not the sign that he was hoping for. He'll step off and now back on. 0-2 count, though, on the hitter for Paoli, that being Aiden Hickman. Strike 2 delivery on the way. It sails just a bit high, a little bit off of it. The count goes to 1-2. Third baseman Menke even with the bag, as is the first baseman Miller Crocker. Swing and a miss on the next pitch, and that'll be the inning. 3 up and 3 down with 2 strikeouts in the inning. 2 in the books here in the second game of Class 2A Sectional 46 at Seitzinger Field. And the Rams trail it 2-0. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Springer Insurance is proud to support our Paoli Rams as they work toward a successful season. The hard work that goes into training and preparation is something we truly value. Mark, Daniel, Thomas, and Greg will work with our team at Indiana Farmers Insurance to find the best coverage for your home, auto, farm, or business. Visit us at Springer Spear Insurance in Orleans or call 812-865-3133. We love taking care of customers as much as we love our Rams. Go Rams.
Every day, children in our community enter the court systems because of abuse or neglect, and they need someone to speak up for them. That's where CASA comes in. Our volunteers stand beside them, making sure their voices are heard and their best interests come first. It's incredibly important work, and we need more people willing to make a difference. I'm Chrissy Evans, Orange County CASA Director. If you've ever wondered how you could help a child in a meaningful way, I'd love to talk with you. Call 812-723-2411.
Third inning at Seitzinger Field, and it'll be hitters 3, 4, and 5. Cason Breeden, Brody Fish, and Devin Menke due up here to face Cooper Spires for the first time, as Cooper, coming on in relief, will begin his second inning of work here this afternoon, or evening, I should say. Lights are on, but yet really to take full effect here at Seitzinger Field, as the Rams look for their first clean inning out in the field. Breeden struck out looking his first time up. His first pitch from Spires is going to be low and outside on the pass ball for ball one. Breeden, a junior, steps in from the right side at the front of the batter's box and crowds the plate, fouls the next one off down the right side into the parking lot behind the first base dugout, which is home today to the visitors on the scoreboard, that being the Crawford County Wolfpack. Rams in the home dugout down the third base way. The next delivery is low and inside, and the count goes to 2-1. Cason Breeden leading it off for the Pack. His team up 2-0. The 2-1 pitch is a strike called, and that makes the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Spires looking to get the leadoff hitter here. The wind and the 2-2 pitch by the right-hander. Tried to take something off, but all sails outside, and the count goes full at 3-2. The Rams had hoped to get deeper in the game with Austin Chastain, but that did not work out. Forced Coach Jeremy Payton to make a quick pitching change, and the next pitch should be ball 4. It is on a full count, and Breeden will draw a walk to open up this third inning of play. For Spires, that'll be his second walk issued. And Brody Fish, who had a double and an RBI out to right field his last time up, will come to the plate for the second time today. Once again, he has a base runner on, this time down at first, nobody out. The shortstop senior steps in again, stands deep in the batter's box from the stretch. Spires' first pitch is up out of the strike zone for ball 1. Well, Cooper yet to really get located in on the strike zone. So Rams have struggled on the mound here in the first couple of innings. Next delivery is fouled back and out of play down the right field line, and the count goes to 1-1. As we mentioned, when the pitching change was made, Austin Chastain has moved over to third. Kirkland Hughes is now the Rams shortstop. They have played those positions quite often during the regular season. Nothing new there. And there's a strike called at the knees as Fish behind in the count now at a ball and 2 strikes. Base runner on Breeden. He got on with a walk. Spires pitching from the stretch. Fires it over, and the tag put down by Garcia, but not in time. Just keeping an eye on the base runner to keep him close. Tries to get out close to the cut of the turf with his lead foot at first. Pitch home, and it goes way outside, overthrew that one. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Brody Fish. Middle part of the order here for the Pack, with Fish in the cleanup spot and a runner on at first and nobody out. Next pitch, there's a beauty. There's that curveball that came in and buckled Fish at the knees. He goes down looking. That'll be out number 1 and strikeout number 2, and Devin Menke will come to the plate. Menke grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. He'll step in from the left side. Menke, one of the seniors here, starting for Crawford County. The runner goes low in the throw, down by Coate, and it's going to be a stolen base. Sliding in ahead of the tag is Cason Breeden. He'll be down in scoring position. Tough throw for Riley to corral there behind the plate, but he had it down there, but just not in time. And the count goes to 1-0 to Devin Menke. 1 out, runner on at second for the Wolfpack. Pack have scored a single run in the first and the second and lead it 2-0. The line in the pitch, and it's lifted up out into right field. Oh, it's over the head of Clunk. He misjudged it. It's going to go almost all the way to the fence. Clunk going to track it down, and Menke will have extra bases. Rounding third is Breeden. Here goes Menke into third to throw there, but not in time. And Menke will come in with a booming triple to right field, and that will give Crawford a 3-0 lead here in this ball game. As that time, Menke not fooled at all by the pitch. And Clunk first broke in and then realized that was not the play to make. By that time, the ball was over his head, and that'll bring up Miller Crocker. Crocker was hit by a pitch and scored the second run of the game back in the second. So Crawford taking advantage here in this ball game. As for the Wolfpack, be their second hit of the game, first given up by Spires, and a strike one pitch called on Crocker to start off this at bat. Cooper ready to wind and deals, and this one's a line shot, and it's gloved there by the shortstop on the right at the top of the turf. That's Kirkland Hughes, and he runs over to third to get the runner who had ventured off too far, Menke. And the Rams have their second double play of the ball game, unconventional, as the line out to the shortstop, and then it is shortstop unassisted at third for the third out of the inning. But for Crawford County, they pick up one more run, a one-base hit. They'd leave nobody on, and we'll go to the bottom of the third with Crawford on top, 3-0. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Woohoo! Look at that.
Oh, you're pumped.
Yeah, check this out. I'm 30% to my vacation savings goal.
Your life depresses me.
Well, some people actually have to save so they can travel.
How did you save so much already?
Goal-based savings from Hoosier Hills Credit Union. I set a goal amount and deadline. They recommend how often and how much to save and offer auto transfers. It's vacation savings on autopilot.
I see what you did there.
Hoosier Hills Goal-Based Savings Accounts, a free financial tool for Hoosier Hills members. Visit a Hoosier Hills location to join today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jeremy Payton, your Bedford Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones and Jeremy Payton is a proud sponsor of high school sports on WUME. For all of your investment needs, call Jeremy Payton or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Crawford County leading Paoli 3-0 as we move into the bottom third of the inning here in this second game. Class 2A Sectional 46 at Seitzinger Field, Mitchell High School. Game one earlier this afternoon. Advancing on was Salem. Salem won that game over Clarksville. Salem had 7 runs on 8 hits. They had 1 error. Clarksville 1 run on 6 hits, and they also committed 1 error in their loss. And that will move Salem to the first semifinal round game Saturday morning at 11, and they will take on the winner of this ball game. Rams trying to come back, trailing 3-0. Hitters 8, 9, and 1. Chastain, Coate, and Spires due up. Austin started out pitching, now has moved over to third. Sturgeon begins his third inning of work with a pitch that is high and inside for ball one. Rams need base runners here to see if they can get something going and put some pressure on this Crawford County defense. The wind in the pitch, fastball is going to be hit out of play down the right field line, and that'll be strike number 1 to Chastain. Austin coming in, hitting at 100 on the season with 2 RBIs. Again, trying to get the bottom part of this order to be productive for Paoli to lead a rally here as they trail 3-0. The next pitch in is a fastball, but it's going to be low and outside, and the count goes to 2-1. Menke at third, Fish at short, Dickey at second, Crocker at first. That's your infield for the Wolfpack. And time is called. Chastain will back out now, back in. Farrell in left, Decker in center, and Richardson in right field today. The 2-1 pitch on the way from Sturgeon. A swing and a miss, and that'll be strike 2. Chastain off balance on that one, and the count goes to 2-2. Chastain, one of the seniors here in this lineup, again dominated by seniors. This class has been very productive throughout their high school career in all sports. Fastball is off the plate on the outside part, and the count goes to 3-2. Chastain trying to get on any way that he can. He's got a full count. Sturgeon ready to work the payoff pitch. And it's going to be a fastball but low, and Chastain will have a walk to lead off the inning here in the third for Sturgeon. That's just his first walk of the ball game. Riley Cope will come to the plate. Riley, the freshman, hitting .250 on the year with 4 RBIs. He stands in from the right side. Crowds the plate. Chastain, a threat to run down at first, getting his lead, being held there by Crocker. Sturgeon from the stretch. Checks, brings it home, and it's going to be low and outside for ball one. Riley trying to keep this inning going. Rams trail it 3-0. Quick throw over. Hickman dives back in head first of the tag. In the turf field, you got to adjust for that, particularly when you're sliding. We saw a couple of players in the first game thinking it was like sliding on the dirt, and they just come up short when they get close to the bag. Big cut by Riley, fouls it off to the first base dugout, and that'll be strike one, 1-1. Single runs in the first, second, and third for the Wolfpack for their 3-0 lead. Rams have had only one base runner, now Hickman, or Chastain, now the second one of the game. Coate beats it on the ground, and it goes down the slow roller, fielded there by Menke, halfway between home and third, fires it across the diamond, and that'll get the runner over to second. Chastain took a big turn, but no throw down there. One out in the inning, and to the plate, top of the order comes Cooper Spires for the Rams. Paoli, though, has their first base runner in scoring position. Cooper on the day 0 for 1 as he flied out to the center fielder his first time up. Austin Chastain down at second with good speed. Base hit could bring him in. It's up to Cooper Spires, who's now the pitcher of record for the Rams. Sturgeon from the stretch checks the runner. Long look to the runner and now brings it home. Overhand fastball is going to be high for ball one. Sturgeon giving up one hit, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk so far in his work here this afternoon, with one out in the third. Checks again, the runner at second brings it home, and this one is again going to be a little bit inside, and the count goes to 2-0. On deck for the Rams is Kirkland Hughes. Rams have top of the order up right where they want to be here with the runner at second and one out in the inning. Sturgeon from the stretch sees the shortstop dance in behind the runner, brings it home. Ball gets off the catcher's mitt. Breeden goes all the way back to the backstop, and that will move Chastain down to third now for Paoli. Rams' first base runner of the night down at third base. And the count is 3-0 on the hitter, Cooper Spires. Sturgeon walks in, talks to the umpire, gets a new baseball, and will mosey on back to the hill here today. His team leads it now by a score of 3-0 with one out in the inning here in the bottom of the third. Rams threatening with the runner down at down at third and one out. As Spires at the plate, he looks at a 3-0 pitch as a strike called at the knees for 3-1. Cooper now back out of the batter's box and steps back in. See what he gets on this 3-1 offering from Ian Sturgeon. Checks the runner at third, brings it home, and it's going to be low, and the Rams have another walk. They'll have runners at the corners with one out in the inning. Sturgeon has walked 2 batters in this inning, and Kirkland Hughes will come to the plate. Hughes was a strikeout victim his first time up looking, and Coach Craig Benke going to take a walk out to the mound to talk to his pitcher here today, as make sure that Ian is settling down and ready to go here. As big spot here with his team up 3-0, but 2 on and 1 out. Well, coming into this ball game, the Rams on the year averaged 5 runs per contest. Crawford County at 3.9 per ball game. We mentioned these two teams did play head-to-head twice during the regular season. They only won the first game 9-2, and then that no-hitter by Cooper Spires back on May 14th in a 10-0 win. But it's been all Crawford County here in sectional play on this Wednesday evening, leading it now 3-0, but the Rams are threatening. Coach Menke has had his say, and he'll go back to the dugout. He hopes to ride Sturgeon as much as he can. If not, probably would be going to Brody Fish as the second-line pitcher here today. Big spot for the senior, Kirkland Hughes, now playing shortstop, starting out at third, but the pitching change moved him over to that shortstop position. From the stretch, Sturgeon, the runner goes. Squaring the butt is used. No throw, and that'll put Spires down at second base without a throw. And that will put two base runners in scoring position for Paoli. So use a big opportunity here to get the Rams back into this ball game. Next pitch by Sturgeon is hit out into right field. Coming in is Richardson. Richardson underneath of it in median depth. The runner tags. Here comes a throw in, cut off by the first baseman. Throw over to third, but sliding in is Cooper Spires ahead of the tag. And the Rams get their first run of the ball game on the sacrifice fly by Kirkland Hughes. That'll be out number 2, but he will pick up an RBI on that play. That'll move Spires over to third as Paoli has kept the lead now to 3-1 with the runner down at third base and 2 outs for Tyler Hannon. Hannon as the only base hit of this game for Paoli. That was a single back in the first inning of play with 2 outs. Another single here would get the Rams another run closer. Sturgeon still pitching from the stretch. Checks the runner at third, brings it in. And the first one to Hannon is a strike on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Tyler backs out, coming in today's game, hitting .278. Would love to pick up RBI number 20 of the year if he can drive in the runner at third. That is Cooper Spires. And there's an overhand curveball that is way out of the strike zone, and the count goes to 1-1. 1 run in for the Rams, looking for more here, trailing 3-1 with 2 outs. From the stretch, Sturgeon checks the runner, brings it in, and it's going to be a fastball, but it's outside and low, and the count goes to 2-1. Hannon's able to extend this inning. Dom Garcia is on deck for the Rams. Paoli just trying to push that second run in down at third, take advantage of this opportunity. Wind in the pitch, and it's popped up off the fist down the first base way. First baseman Crocker gives it a look, but he will not have a play as it goes to 2-2 on the hitter Tyler Hannon for Paoli. Tyler will step back in. 2-strike count. Got to be very selective at the plate here and guard it very closely. 2-2 count on him as he awaits the pitch here, and it's in, and it's going to be low for ball 3, 3-2. On the limit to Tyler Hannon, the Rams' second baseman. He's in a spot here to drive in possibly a second run of the ball game. Takes a quick step out of the batter's box, now back in. Sturgeon throwing a lot of pitches here in this third inning of play. Wind and the 3-2 delivery on the way, and it's popped up in the air to the right side of the infield. Coming in as the catcher, actually going to be in foul territory, and back is the catcher, Breeden, just to the right of the batter's box. Thought it might get in there fair territory, but it does not. It's a great play by Breeden, the catcher. Flip off that mask, find it, and then make the catch to end the inning here for Paoli in the third. But the Rams do come up with 1 run. There were no base hits. There was 1 man left on, and there were no Crawford errors. At the end of 3 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, Crawford County leads at 3-1. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
When your job site needs to keep moving, count on Bender Lumber, now proudly a division of RP Lumber. From roofing and windows to decking, doors, and pro-grade tools, they're ready when you are. Need a job site delivery? Looking for free material takeoff? They can help with both. And they know the trades and are here to help keep your projects on schedule. Visit them in Paoli or BenderLumber.com. Bender Lumber, now part of the RP Lumber family. RP Lumber, best service, best value. Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mixed asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
We move to the 4th inning of play. Rams make some changes in the field. Looks like Kirkland Hughes will be moving back to the catcher's position. That will move Hannon over to shortstop. And more than likely, we'll see Carter Vernon come into second base for Paoli. We'll make sure we get those officially, but that's usually the moves that the Rams make, as now Hughes taken off the gear after he put it on. I don't know if it wasn't the right set or what, but as so Riley, well, as we get finding out just, okay, didn't have Kirkland's catching gear, and they tried to put on Riley's, and that just does not fit because of the discrepancy in height of those two individual players. So now we get it. I think it might have been Corey Busick who came in the relief there to bring that equipment to the Rams' aid here. Coach Jeremy Payton, the head man for the Rams, assistants Aaron Hannon, Jeremy Reynolds, Adam Poole, and Aaron Busick. As we get everybody situated here, Rams trail it now 3-1. As we move on to the fourth inning of play here at Seitzinger Field, this is the second game of Class 2A Sectional 46 at Mitchell High School. Crawford County scored single runs in the first, second, and third. Cooper Spires coming on in relief will begin his third inning of work here this afternoon. Spires is responsible for one of those runs, Chastain for two of them. Chastain only went an inning officially in the books, even though he did go into that second inning with a few batters, but did not get it out before he was quickly lifted. As Paoli now gets all of those changes, Carter Vernon will come in, the freshman at second base. See how this goes as far as the lineup, as far as when we come to bat, if Vernon will be moved to that ninth spot, or if they'll keep the designated hitter with Clunk and then move around. And like the Rams may have made a change out in right field as well. We'll see what we can find out here as we get ready to go here. Cooper Spires, what he is looking at right now, though, is just to have a clean inning here in this ball game. Rams have not had a 1-2-3 inning in the field for Crawford County hitters 7, 8, and 9. Landon Peters, Hayes Farrell, and Bladen Dickey will be due up here in this fourth inning. Peters walked and was left stranded back in the second inning, and the first pitch of this fourth inning is low for ball one to Peters. Peters, a sophomore DH, he looks at a fastball on the outside part of the plate for strike one. Peters is hitting for the right fielder, that's Levi Richardson. A wind in the pitch, another fastball, swing and a miss, 1-2, and Spires ready to deal quickly now here with Landon Peters ahead in the count, 1-2. The wind and the pitch, and that's going to be outside. Peters a good job of not going fishing on that borderline pitch. Keeps the bat alive, 2-2. The next delivery, a swing and a miss, and that'll be out number one. And for Spires, strikeout number 3 recorded. And that will bring up Hayes Farrell to the plate for the Crawford County Wolfpack. As we look here for Cooper Spires, as we mentioned, coming in on the year. Spires 1.62 ERA, 4-1 on the year. His strikeout to walk ratio coming in was 63 strikeouts and 25 walks. And he's behind in the count here to Hayes Farrell, 2-0 with one out and nobody on. Farrell stepping out of the batter's box, now back in, the wind and the pitch, and a swing and a miss. The count goes to 2-1. Farrell, the number 8 man in the order for the Wolfpack, who lead at 3-1. We are in the top half of the fourth. Farrell takes strike 2 looking, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was the count that Peters went down swinging on. The 2-2 delivery from Spires, and there's another strikeout on a fastball. So 2 up and 2 down, as now Spires just rocking and firing from the pitcher's mound. And that'll bring up Bladen Dickey, the second baseman, the freshman. He walked and was left stranded back in the second inning of play. 2 outs, nobody on for the Pack. Swing and a miss on the first. In fact, just got a piece of it, and that'll be strike 1. Spires brings the next delivery in, and there's a fastball. Catches the outside part of the plate, and he is ahead of the count 0-2. Let's see if he doesn't come back with that curveball here. See if he can get Dickey maybe to buckle at the plate. No, he just goes another fastball that Dickey was waiting on and fouls it out of play over the first base dugout. Spires ahead in the count. The 0-2 pitch on the way by Cooper, and there's a little check swing, and that'll be 3 up and 3 down on 3 strikeouts here in the top half of the fourth. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth, and the Rams trail it 3-1. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
Bottom of the fourth here at Seitzinger Field in opening round play for the Rams in sectional play. They trail it 3-1 to the Wolfpack. As Coach Craig Menke has had a long conversation with our home plate umpire. As some changes made, we'll get those for you when they come to the plate here. But Ian Sturgeon goes back on the mound as he's ready to begin his fourth inning of work here this afternoon. Only given up 1 run on 1 hit, struck out 3 and walked 2 so far here in this contest. As the Rams in this fourth inning will have hitters 4, 5, and 6. That'll be Dom Garcia, Justin Thornton, and Raleigh Plunk due up for Paoli. Sturgeon giving up just that first run back in the third. Try and come back and close down the Rams again here, possibly in this fourth inning of play, and keep that lead right where it is. Dom Garcia comes to the plate. Dom flied out to the center fielder his first time up. Step in the senior first baseman from the right side. As Paoli trying to, again, scratch and claw some runs to get back into this ball game. They trailed 3-0. Now it's 3-1. Garcia, right-handed hitting first baseman, and he'll see the first pitch of the inning from Ian Sturgeon, and it's on its way. It's going to be a fastball at the knees on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Third baseman Menke even with the bag, as is the first baseman Crocker. Dom steps out now back in. Outfield shaded just a bit towards the left. The Rams cleanup hitter, and he looks at the next one low and inside, and that'll be ball 1, 1-1. Paoli looking to get that leadoff hitter on. That proved to be very beneficial back in the third. They scored their only run of this ball game. Sturgeon slowing down just a bit, taking more time between pitches. And there's a curveball, but it stays inside for ball 2. Thought he might get Garcia to back out, but Dom held his ground there. As Dom takes time now back in. And Sturgeon on the mound, he's ready to deal. And the 2-1 pitch is in, a fastball fouled out of play over the first base dugout. And that'll keep the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. On the Rams leadoff hitter, Dom Garcia. Dom again stepping out of the batter's box, trying to break any momentum that Sturgeon might have. And the 2-2 delivery on the way by the right-hander, and it bounces in front of the plate, and the count goes to 3-2. Garcia gone the limit here as he looks down to head coach Jeremy Payton, down the third base way. And assistant coach Jeremy Reynolds in the first base coaching box here this evening for Paoli. The lights start to take over here at Seitzinger Field. Again, we had some rain between games, but that quickly moved through, had a rainbow, but now everything is cleared up, cooled down a bit, and got a very comfortable evening in store. And Garcia hits it out into right field, and it's over the head of the right fielder, Richardson. Garcia around first. He heads it down into second base. Ball goes all the way to the fence. He's around second. He'll come chugging into third as they get the ball into the infield. And Dom Garcia opens it up with a triple down to right field, and Paoli will have a base runner on at third with nobody out. So Dom Garcia, a big extra base hit, just the second hit of the day for the Rams. And Justin Thornton will come to the plate. An opportunity here to drive in the second run of the ball game. Justin's first time up, he popped up to the pitcher on the very first pitch that he saw. Steps in from the right side. Garcia chugged into third. That's where he is right now with nobody out. And the fastball sails high for ball one to Thornton. Single runs in the first, second, and third for the Pack. Rams answered with one of their own in the third, now looking for more here in the fourth. Sturgeon with the wind in the pitch, and it's low on the inside part of the plate. Good stop by the catcher, Breeden, that time. And the count goes to 2-0. Thornton, a big spot here for the Rams. Need to get this run in with nobody out. Sturgeon from the stretch. Checks the runner Garcia, brings the pitch home, and it's going to be low. Gets away from Breeden, but not far enough for the base runner to advance, and it is 3-0. As Sturgeon now starting to labor a bit on the mound. They're even with the bags at the corners. In at short, but playing deep at second base. Sturgeon, the 3-0 pitch as Thornton waits, and he looks at it. Ball gets away from the catcher, but not far enough for Garcia to come down the line, and Thornton will be on at first with a walk, and that'll put runners at the corners now for Paoli. Sturgeon's third, and there goes Thornton all the way down the second as nobody was watching him go, as the catcher and the pitcher were down near the home plate area and had their back to the base runner, and Thornton able to take advantage of that, and he goes down to second base, and that'll put two base runners in scoring position with the tying run on at second, and that will bring up to the plate Trip Spencer, number one, as he will be hitting for Clunk. He is the new right fielder. So Spencer came in at the last breakout in right field. He looks from the first pitch, and he'll be taking a strike for strike one. Big spot for the young man as Spencer steps in from the right side. Next pitch is a strike at the knees, and he's behind in the count now at 0-2. Tripp is a freshman, so his first varsity experience here in postseason play, and he looks at one that sails high, and the count goes to 1-2. Spencer, a big spot here. We get down to the bottom part of the order here for the Rams with two on and nobody out, trailing by two here in the fourth inning. The wind in the pitch, and it's going to be low. Good stop by Breeden to keep it in front of him, and now Spencer has battled back as he is now gone the count to 2-2 after falling behind 0-2. Garcia is at third, Thornton down at second with excellent speed. Spencer, the 2-2 pitch on the way from Sturgeon, and it's going to be outside, and the count goes to 3-0. So after Ian got it quickly ahead in the count, he's fallen behind. And Spencer trying to make him pay here to see if he can get on base for the first time today. Sturgeon from the stretch, the 3-2 pitch on the way, and it's going to be ball four outside. So Spencer battles back after falling behind 0-2 to draw the walk, and that'll load him up. It's the fourth walk of the game for Sturgeon, and to the plate for Paoli will be Aiden Hickman. He struck out his first time up. Hickman, the number 7 man in the order, and a big spot here for him as he'll take a chance to go down and talk to head coach Jeremy Payton as we see the catcher Breeden go out and talk to his pitcher Ian Sturgeon. Worked well through three, but struggling here in the fourth. The leadoff triple by Garcia over the head of the right fielder. Then a walk to Thornton. He just kept on motoring around first base and went to second. And now Spencer has walked to load him up with nobody out. And Aiden Hickman tries to break this game open and give the Rams a tie in their first lead possibly of this ball game. Sturgeon will pitch from the full wind as they come in at first base. Double play depth at second and short. And And there's a strike at the knees to Hickman for strike one. Sturgeon has struck out 3 batters. Hickman has been one of those K's here tonight. The wind, the strike one pitch, and it's lifted up out into right center field, going over his Decker, the center fielder, way over, ranging. He gets it. Here's Garcia's tag. The throw going to come in. Gets over the head of the cutoff man. Garcia scores. Everybody else is going to tag and move up. And the Rams have battled it back to a 3-2 ball game off the sacrifice fly of Hickman out to center field. He'll be picking up an RBI, but most importantly, the base runners also tag at second and first and move up. And there's only 1 out in the inning for the Rams, and Austin Chastain will come in to the batter's box. Chastain walked and scored his last time up. Tying run down at third, go-ahead run at second. And the pitch goes off the glove of the catcher all the way back to the screen. Here comes Thornton in. We're tied at 3. And going down to third base, will be Spencer. And the Rams have rallied back here to tie it up 3-3 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. As Sturgeon now having some issues in this 4th inning, which Craig Menke, he's at the top of the dugout looking out, just hoping that Sturgeon can come back here and get back in some type of rhythm. But the Rams applying the pressure here with the runner on at third and 1 out in the inning, looking for their first lead of the ball game. The next pitch is a fastball, but it's going to be low, and that'll be ball 2. Chastain, the 8th man in the order, steps in from that right side. They head in the count 2-0, the delivery in, and it is going to be another breaking ball that is high, and the count goes to 3-0. Already 2 walks issued by Sturgeon in this inning. Rams taking advantage of it. Have tied it at 3 with the go-ahead run at third base, and there's a strike on the outside part of the plate at the knees, and the count to Chastain is 3-1. Winner of this game moves on to the semifinal round on Saturday to take on Salem in the first game. 3-1 pitch, and it's going to be high, and that'll be another walk. And that'll put runners again at the corners. Base on balls have been a problem here in this inning for Sturgeon, and that'll bring up Carter Vernon coming in. Vernon hitting in the 9 spot, now playing second base. He'll step in for the first time here today. And they get the runner off, picked off. Do they get him? Oh, as they looked over to third, did Sturgeon, and that got the man at first, Chastain, wandering off, and he finally put the brakes on and came back and nearly got picked off. So the Rams survived that play as Sturgeon nearly pulled one out of the hat. Checks the runners, first and third. Pause, brings it home, and a strike called on the inside part of the plate to Vernon for strike 1. Vernon coming in, hitting .083 on the year. In a big spot here, and a throw over to first. The runner dives back in. Carter Vernon, a freshman. As both coaches here, particularly Paoli's made some changes. Crawford, I should say, has stayed pat with their lineup so far. And this one lifted a mile high in the air, but it's going to make its way into foul territory behind the Rams' dugout down the third base way. And Vernon behind in the count 0-2. Rams have runners at their corners. Trip Spencer at third. Down at first is Austin Chastain. 2 runs already in this fourth, and the Rams lead it by a score of 4, or we're tied, I should say, at 3-3 for the first time today. Looking to get that 4th run in. There's a swing and a miss. The big strikeout for Sturgeon. That is out number 2. Strikeout number 3. And that'll take us to the top of the order for Cooper Spires. Spires now the pitcher of record. He's flied out to center and walked and was left stranded back in the 3rd inning of play. Top of the order rolls around here. See if Paoli can push that go-ahead run in. Squaring around is Spires. There goes the runner, Hickman, but he does not draw a throw, and he will be down at second base. That'll put 2 men in scoring position. That went out of the strike zone, so it's 1-0 to Cooper Spires. Senior steps in. Sturgeon from the stretch. Checks the runners and brings it in. And a swing and a miss on a fastball. Spires now even at 1-1. 2 runs already in for the Rams. So far, just 1 base hit here in this inning. A big sacrifice fly by Aiden Hickman has helped the cause. The 1-1 delivery, and it's lifted up out into right field. Coming in is Richardson near the line. He won't be able to get it. It gets by him, and that'll give the Rams the lead, and there's Spires off to the races. He's around second. He's headed to third, and he'll be there as that'll be the second triple of the inning for the Rams as they get their first lead of the ball game here tonight, scoring 3 here in the fourth, and Tripp Spencer gives the Rams a 4-3 lead. Again, RBI triple for the Rams pitcher of record, and that'll bring up Kirkland Hughes to the plate. Kirkland today has struck out and had a sacrifice fly to right field. 2 outs in the inning with the runner on at third. Kirkland now catching, and the ball gets away from the catcher, sails high, but it comes bounding right back to Breeden, who did a great job of quickly locating that ball behind the plate and keeps the runner at third. Count 1-0, though, to Kirkland Hughes. Been a long inning here for Sturgeon as the Rams, the 8th man to bat here in this inning is Kirkland Hughes. 2 outs in the inning with a runner on at third. Sturgeon trying to end it if he can, and there's a strike call to Kirk on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Spires on at third. Makes his way down the line. Sturgeon from the stretch, checks, brings it in, and this one's going to sail high, and the count goes to 2-1. Sturgeon taking a lot of time now between pitches, circles around the mound, now gets back up on top as he behind in the count at 2-1. He looks in the Hughes, long pause, pitch in, and this one's going to be inside, and the count goes to 3-1. 3 walks already issued in this inning by Sturgeon, and he's gone 3-1 to Hughes. 3-1 delivery to the Rams catcher, and it bounces. It gets away from the catcher, but not far enough for Spires to come down the line. That'll put runners at the corners on walk number 6 of the game for Sturgeon, and that will bring up Tyler Hannon, the 9th man to bat in this inning. Tyler on the day is singled and popped out in foul territory to the catcher. Rams lead it with 3 runs here in this inning by a score of 4-3. As now time going to be taken here for the Rams. Actually, Chastain came in to score that last one, so it's going to be a 5-3 lead for Paoli. Miscalculated on that on the RBI double coming in, or triple, I should say, off the bat of Cooper Spires. As Coach Craig Menke out to talk to his hurler, the right-hander that being Ian Sturgeon, trying to get out of this inning as he is facing Tyler Hannon for the 3rd time here tonight. So the Rams a big 4-run inning in the 4th. Finally get into this ball game, leading it by a 5-3 margin as Hughes will make his way back to first base. Spires is on at third, and Tyler Hannon. See if he can come up with a big 2-out hit here and give the Rams a possible lead of 6-3 and keep this inning rolling. Tyler, 1 for 2 on the day. Steps into the plate. Sturgeon from the stretch, checks Hughes at first, Spires at third, bluffs, and he goes over. And the ball gets away from the third baseman, but that will allow Hughes to go down to second. That'll put 2 runners in scoring position. Try to see if they could decoy the third baseman that time. With Spires on at third, but he did not bite. He stays there, but Hughes able to take advantage of that throw. And this one gets away from the catcher, goes all the way back to the screen. Here comes Spires. He's going to slide in, and that'll give the Rams another run here in this inning to increase their lead to 6-3 as Paoli able to mount the pressure on and get some runs here in the 4th, even though not doing it with many hits in this inning. But 5 runs already in, and the count to Hannon is 1-0. And going all the way down to third on the pass ball is Kirkland Hughes. Hannon looks now to bring in his teammate from third base. Looks at a fastball. It's going to be outside for ball 2. Tyler, the 9th man to bat here in this 5th inning for Paoli. 5 runs in already for the Rams after they trailed 3-0 in this ball game. Ducking out of the way that time is Hannon. and the count goes to 3-0, way inside on the pitch from Sturgeon. On deck is Dom Garcia, who started this inning with a triple. 3-0 on Hannon as the Rams senior waits, and it's going to be inside, and that'll be another walk, and that will put runners again on at first and third. Seventh walk issued in this ball game, and Dom Garcia gets the rarity, and now we are going to have, it looks like, a pitching change as Coach Menke has seen enough, and he will make the change here in this fourth inning. The Rams already 5 runs in, leading at 6-3. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
No two of us are exactly alike. That's why you need a financial advisor with the freedom to focus on the details that make your life your own, your family, the dreams that inspire you. Whatever your goals, you need an advisor who can create a plan uniquely tailored to you, all backed by the sophisticated resources of Raymond James. To learn more, call financial advisors Jamie Sullivan or Jenny Baker at 812-849-2670. Raymond James & Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange SIPC.
Coach Craig Menke for Crawford County could not wait any longer and could not rely on Sturgeon to get out and finish this fourth inning of work as the Rams bat around. And Sturgeon is now lifted, and it will be Devin Decker coming on in relief here in this fourth inning of play as he'll come to the mound, the big right-hander, as Paoli's still threatening. And they have runners at the corners with 2 outs in the inning, and that'll bring up Dom Garcia for a second time here in this fourth inning of play. As for Sturgeon, he is responsible so far for the 6 runs and the 2 men out on the base pass. Didn't give up a lot of hits, only 3 here in this ball game. And his big undoing, though, was in this inning was the free pass. As 1, 2, 3, as he had 3 walks in this inning, and actually 4 in this inning, and that gave him a total of 7 for the ball game. And he done well, not issuing any free passes coming into this inning, but now the Rams will take advantage of it, and Dom Garcia will come to the plate for Paoli. Again, Dom got this inning rolling for Paoli with a triple over the head of the right fielder. Been a long inning here for the Rams as Decker will come on here in this fourth inning of play. The wind and the pitch is a strike taken by Garcia, and going down to second is Hannon on the stolen base. They'll put 2 runners in scoring position and strike 1 the count here to Dom. Dom ready, and Decker comes over the top and threw it right behind him. Don't know how they didn't keep from hitting him, just missed grazing his neck, and the count goes to 1-1. Decker, tall young man, 6'2", 6'3", comes straight over the top, hit to the third baseman. Menke able to flag it down, his throw across the diamond, and they get him finally for the final out of the inning as Garcia grounds out to the third baseman. But here for Paoli in this fourth inning of play, the Rams do come up with 5 runs in the inning, and all of that coming just on 2 base hits. They leave 2 men on, and there were no Wolfpack errors as we'll go to the 5th inning of play here at Seitzinger Field. Rams finally on top, leading at 6-3. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7, or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way. Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
Cooper Spires goes back out on the mound for the Rams to start this fifth inning. The first time, though, that he will be out there with the lead on his side of the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. And he will face the top of the order here in the fifth, Devin Decker, Ian Sturgeon, and Cason Breeden. Decker on the day is 0 for 2 as he has struck out twice so far here in this ball game. Again, setting the Rams a defense here with the changes made a couple of innings ago. We'll get it after this first pitch as Decker takes one low for ball one. The Rams have Spires on the mound, used behind the plate. Garcia at first, Vernon at second, and a foul ball at the plate off the bat of Decker, and the count goes to 1-1. As Paoli has moved it around with Hannon over at shortstop now, and Chastain at third. And Spencer has moved out to right field for Paoli. Thornton remaining in center, and Hickman out in left. Next pitch is a strike on the inside part of the plate as Decker danced out of the way of that one. And the count goes to 1-2. 1-2 pitch from Spires from the wind, and a fastball is going to be low and outside, and the count goes to 2-2. Cooper coming in after Chastain got into the second but did not get anybody out. And this one's popped out of play behind the home plate screen, and the count remains at 2-2. Since that time, Cooper has given up one run on one hit. He has struck out 5 and walked 2 so far in his relief appearance. And the next pitch kind of slipped off the mound that time. Hughes had to stretch out and get that one out of the strike zone, and the count goes to 3-2. Leadoff man Devin Decker, now the pitcher of record for Crawford, and he draws a walk to open up the fifth. So Crawford tries to get something going here in the fifth on the third walk issued by Spires. Now to bring up Ian Sturgeon. Sturgeon got on with an error, stole a base, a pass ball, and scored in the first, and then he popped out to the second baseman the last time up. So he'll bat for the third time here this afternoon, or evening I should say. The junior steps in from the right side with the runner on at first, and the first pitch that he sees is going to be low for ball one. Well, darkness settling in, the lights taking over here at Seitzinger Field. As the Rams and the Wolfpack going at it in sectional play, Rams lead it by a score of 6-3. Quick throw over, it had him leading, and here's Dom Garcia had to kind of hurdle over the diving Devin Decker going back into the bases. Pitch was thrown behind the first base bag. Good nimble feet down there by Dom to keep that ball in his mitt and not let it get back to the fence and allow the runner to advance. Breaking ball is way outside, and the count goes to 2-0. It's the top of the order for the Wolfpack. And now for the first time, they've come to the plate trailing in this ball game. The 2-0 pitch on the way. Runner takes off, and Hughes bobbled it. Ooh, comes the throw. Nearly took out his pitcher. It's knocked down by Hannon. Gets out into short center field. Vernon able to flag it down there, but it was a stolen base for Decker, and the count goes to 3-0. Kirkland bobbled it coming out of his crouching position, and then he fired a bullet that nearly took the glove off of the pitcher. And the curveball is going to be high and inside, and that's back-to-back walks to open up this fifth for Crawford County. And it was walks in the fourth inning that undid Crawford County's pitcher, Ian Sturgeon. And right now, Spires not helping out himself in a 6-3 ball game, but opening walks in this inning, and Cason Breeden will come to the plate. Breeden has struck out looking and walked and scored back in the third. And he jumps on the first one. It's going to be out of play behind the first base dugout for strike one. Cooper Spires' next delivery is a curveball, and that's a beauty that breaks him in. The count goes to 0-2 as Breeden gave up on that one. Decker down at second, Sturgeon on at first for the Pack. Paoli up by 3 here, and the 0-2 count on the hitter. And there's a fastball called for strike three as Breeden goes down looking for the second time. Out number one of the inning. Strikeout number 6 recorded by the right-hander Cooper Spires, and Brody Fish will come to the plate. Fish had an RBI double in the first and then went down looking in the third. 2 on, now 1 out for the Wolfpack. Spires from the stretch, checks the runner at second, and brings that curveball in. This one a little bit inside, and the count goes to 1-0. Spires trying to work around a couple of walks to open up this inning. Checks the runner, brings it in, and this one's going to be foul off the bat of Fish behind the Crawford County dugout down the first base way. The count goes to 1-1. Fish going to step back out. Again, 7 extra base hits, now 8 on the season to lead his team in that category. And the 1-1 pitch by Spires is fouled again out of play down the first base way. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. 1 out in the inning, 2 men on for Crawford County. Rams lead it by a score of 6-3 here in the top half of the 5th. Oh, a shot right back up over the pitcher out into center field, a solid hit. And they're going to hold the runner at the third as the ball gets away. It comes all the way to the backstop, but the base runners do not advance, but that will load them up. And Crawford County tries to get something going coming back here, trailing by 3. With the tying run on at first base, that was a rocket off the bat of Fish. And that time, for Spires had to play defense literally to get out of the way of that one. And David Menke will come up to third baseman. He's grounded out to second base and hit a triple and had an RBI and then was cut down at third in the third. And he looks at a strike for strike 1 on the first pitch. Again, the base is loaded with Wolfpack. Decker at third, Sturgeon at second, and Fish down at first. Menke now, the lefty, will take time as he backs out. Rams lead at 6-3, but Crawford trying to get back some of those runs here in the 5th. The wind in the the pitch goes all the way behind him, all the way back to the backstop, and if that brick backstop and came rolling back to Kirkland Hughes, but not far enough away for Decker to come down the line with only 1 out. Want to gamble there. 1-1 is the count on the hitter. Menke, the third baseman. Again, a senior in this lineup, and he is going to look at one low and outside for ball 2, 2-1. Garcia even with the bag at first, and the same for Chastain at third. The next pitch is going to be low and outside, and it goes to 3-1 to Menke. No place to put him here, but the bases juiced. 1 out in the inning. Spires with the 3-1 pitch on the way. Fastball is swing and a miss for strike 2, and the count goes to 3-2. Challenged him with a fastball and won that particular battle. Now Spires has to do it again at 3-2 with the bases loaded. The off pitch on the way, and this one's going to be inside and hit him, and that will bring in another run for the Crawford County Wolfpack, and that'll be Devin Decker to come across the plate for the 4th run of the ball game to make it now a 6-4 game in favor of the Paoli Rams, but the bases remain loaded for Crawford County. Head coach Jeremy Payton back out on the mound to talk to his senior right-hander. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community, one scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
After the short meeting on the mound, it worked as Cooper Spires battles back and strikes out Miller Crocker on 3 pitches for the 2nd out of the inning. Now he will be facing Landon Peters, the designated hitter. He looks at the first one low and outside for ball one. Wolfpack already one run in this inning, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Swinging and a miss by Peters, the number 7 man in the order, and the count goes to 1-1. Spires with 7 strikeouts so far in this ball game could use another one here to shut down any possible rally for the Wolfpack, who've got it back within 2. So I can run it second, the go-ahead run at first for this Wolfpack team. Coach Craig Menke calls time, comes down the line to talk to his DH, Landon Peters, the sophomore. Landon today has walked and was left stranded in the second and struck out in the fourth. So Wolfpack 1 run already in, looking for more. Spires trying to slam the door shut right now. Swing and a miss. It's going to be strike 2, and he's 1 strike away here from getting out of a huge jam. Bases are loaded with Wolfpack. Landon Peters at the plate, behind in the count 1-2. The pitch home, swing and a miss, strike 3. And Spires, after the meeting at the mound, comes back with back-to-back strikeouts to close out the inning. But here in this inning for Crawford County, they do pick up 1 run. They had 1 base hit. There were no Ram errors, and there were 3 men left on. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. The Rams lead it 6-4. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Are you looking for top-quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707. In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Rams enjoy a 2-run lead as we move on to the bottom of the 5th here in this second sectional opening round game at Seitzinger Field at Mitchell High School, 6-4. That's the score on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard as the Rams were finally able to break it open, getting 5 runs on just 2 hits in that 4th inning. And they lead it now by a score of 6-4. Here in the 5th for the Rams, it's going to be hitters 5, 6, and 7, Justin Thornton, Trip Spencer, and Aiden Hickman. On the day, Justin has flied out to the pitcher and then walked and scored back in the 4th inning of play when Sturgeon lost his control there, couldn't find the strike zone, and those walks undid a great game that he was pitching. As he's now in relief is Devin Decker, beginning his first full inning of work. Fastball is beat foul out of play down the first base line off the bat of Justin Thornton for strike 1. Justin coming into sectional play hitting 145 on the year. Steps in from the right side, the Rams junior center fielder, little check swing, and he goes around, and that'll be strike 2 on Thornton. Decker, another right-hander, on the mound here in relief of Ian Sturgeon. Strike 2 pitch. The plate bounces up all the way back to the backstop, and the count goes to 1-2. On deck, hitter Trip Spencer will track that one down behind the home plate area. Count goes to 1-2. Thornton waits the delivery. Oh, and there's a curveball and a beauty. Kate Justin, he is caught looking. That is out number 1 and Decker's first strikeout of the ball game, and that'll bring up Trip Spencer. Spencer came on in the 3rd in the field and then came to the plate in the 4th, and he walked and scored for that Rams rally. He'll step in from the right side for the second time here. First time, though, that he faces Decker, and the fastball is going to be low and outside for ball 1. With Decker on the mound, Sturgeon moved to short and fished the center, swing and a miss on the next offering by Trip Spencer, the right fielder now for the Rams, the freshman. Both coaches have made changes here throughout this ball game, as you might expect in a sectional game, just trying to make all the right moves to come up with a victory. And the next pitch is low for ball 2, 2-1. Decker wasting no time. The right-hander wheels and fires a fastball. It's outside. The count goes to 3-1. Spencer, the last time up, walked on a 3-2 pitch. Here's a 3-1, and he's going to get issued a second walk of the ball game. He'll be down at first with one out. And for Decker, that'll be his first walk of the night. And that'll bring up Aiden Hickman. Oh, no, I was ahead of myself. Now it's the walk on the 3-2 pitch. Okay. So Tripp eventually gets down to first base, and Aiden Hickman will come to the plate. The Rams left fielder. He is 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly and an RBI. Spencer down at first with one out. Decker will pitch from the stretch with the runner on at first. Menke even with the bag at third. Hickman squares around the bunt, just gets a piece of it, and it's fouled at the plate for strike one. Hickman, the number 7 man in the order for Paoli. As the home plate umpire goes out and talks to the pitcher, Devin Decker, who comes halfway in down. Actually, we've got a change on the mound. That's Menke, who is in there pitching this inning. So Menke will come in on the mound. So some changes there with Menke, the right-hander, third pitcher of the day. And the next pitch is going to be low to the right-handed hitting Aiden Hickman. And the count goes to 1-1 to Aiden. Throw over to first. Getting back in time is Crocker holding the runner at first. Another throw over. And Spencer making sure that he does not wander far off the bag. Looks like Decker has moved down to third. He's swapping pitcher for third baseman. A bunt foul again at the plate off the bat of Hickman. He behind in the count now at a ball and 2 strikes. 6-4, Rams lead it here. We are in the bottom of the 5th. Menke, the third pitcher of the night for the Pack, and he overhand curveball is sailing high, and the count goes to 2-2. One out in the inning. Tripp Spencer drew a walk. He's down at first. Hickman trying to move him over the 2-2 count. A swing and a miss. And that'll be strikeout number 2 of this inning, out number 2 of this inning for Menke. And that will bring up Austin Chastain to the plate for the Rams. Chastain started out pitching, but was lifted after an inning, and he's now over at third. Spencer still down at first, 2 outs, quick throw over, and the ball gets away from the first baseman down the right field line into the bullpen. Spencer hesitates now. He tries to turn, but he decides he gets the stop sign, and he will be headed back to second. So an error will be charged there on Crawford County on the throw over to first to allow the base runner to get down to second base. As Austin Chastain waiting his first pitch of the day from Menke. Devin on in relief, and fastball is going to be high and inside for ball 1, 1-0. 2 outs in the inning, runner on at second. Rams lead by 2, 6-4 here on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Next pitch by Menke, a fastball. It's going to sail high and inside, and the count goes to 2-0. Menke on in relief has struck out 2 batters in this inning. He would like to get a third for the Pack. And the ball gets away from the catcher on the wild pitch, goes all the way back to the backstop, and that will move Spencer down to third. And the count goes to 3-0 to Austin Chastain. Spencer trying to see if a walk can turn into another unearned run here for the Rams. He's 90 feet away at third base. And the next pitch is an off-speed pitch. It is high and inside, and that'll be a walk. That's the first walk issued here by Menke, and that will bring up to the plate Carter Vernon for the second time today. He struck out his first time up. Carter brought in late in the game when Coach Payton made some moves back in that third inning of play. Base runner nearly caught off between first and second. Going back is Chastain, and the pitch is inside to Carter Vernon for strike one. Rams bottom part of the order trying to generate another run here late in the ball game. Next pitch by Menke, it is going to be high and outside, and the count goes to 2-0. Spencer, your lead runner at third, Chastain down at first, and now Cason Breeden, the catcher, so we need to talk things over, so he will go out and talk to his hurler, Devin Menke, on the mound. Again, Sturgeon went 3 2/3 innings, Decker a third, and now Menke working here in this fifth inning of play. He has 2 outs recorded so far for the Wolfpack. Rams a big inning in that fourth inning when they picked up 5 runs on just a couple of base hits. But again, it was the walks that really aided that rally. There's a strike called as the runner goes down to second base with no throw. And that'll put 2 base runners in scoring position for the Rams. Carter Vernon, the freshman, a big spot here. Base hit could bring in 2. Swing, and he rips one into the hole, but it's going to be backhanded by the shortstop. Fish throw across the diamond, not in time. And that will be an infield single for Vernon, and that will bring in another run for the Rams, their 7th of the ball game, the first here in the 5th, to keep the rally going with 2 outs. And that will move Chastain over to third. So Paoli able to tack on another run here in this inning on the infield hit by Carter Vernon. That takes us to the top of the order, and Cooper Spires. And Spires looks at the first one low for ball 1. So Paoli gets that run back in the bottom of this 5th that they gave up in the top half of the inning to again have that 3-run cushion. Fastball is again going to be outside, and the count goes to 2-0. Spires on the day is flied out to center, walked and was left stranded, and then he had a triple and an RBI and a run scored in the 4th. Runner takes off, no throw as Vernon will go down to second uncontested, and the count is 3-0 to Cooper Spires. If he gets the green light here, as Menke trying to close out the inning, there's a fastball taken at the knees, and the count goes to 3-1. Menke pitching from the full wind with runners on at second and third, 2 outs in the inning. The 3-1 pitch hit on the ground, but it's going to be foul past the third baseman, and the count goes full at 3-2. It's like Menke has just made up his mind he's going to rock and fire fastballs, and if Spires can hit it, so be it. I say that, he'll probably pull the string on him this time. The 3-2 pitch, and it's going to be a fastball outside. Going to be another walk, and that will load him up for the Rams. Menke's second walk of the inning, and that'll bring up Kirkland Hughes to the plate for Paoli. Hughes now catching for the Rams. He is struck out, sacrifice fly, and was walked and left stranded back in the 4th inning of play. Kirkland batting from the right side. Another big opportunity here for Paoli, but 2 outs in the inning, the bases loaded. Hits it right back up the middle. That'll get out into center field. That'll bring in another run for Paoli. And coming around will be Vernon to add another run to the tally as Kirkland Hughes comes up with a big single, 2 outs, 2 RBIs. And Paoli extends their lead out now to 9-4 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, as they have 3 runs here in this inning as they continue to bat in the 5th, and that'll bring up Tyler Hannon as Tyler will step in from the right side. And the first pitch is a fastball, but it's out of the strike zone for ball 1. So the bottom part of the order gets on, and the top of the order brings them around. As Paoli with runners on at first and second here, but still 2 outs. Hannon fouls it out of play behind the first base dugout, and the count goes to 1-1. Tyler singled in the first, was left stranded, fouled out to the catcher in the 3rd, and then walked and was left stranded in that 4th inning. Faces Menke for the first time, and he sails a curveball high, and the count goes to 2-1. Kirkland Hughes at first, Cooper Spires at second for the Rams, leading it now 9-4. Menke from the stretch brings it in, and it's popped off the fist. Goes back to first baseman. He's going to be in foul territory, but he cannot get to it, and it will fall in foul territory. Hannon will keep the bat alive, and count, though, goes to 2-2. Base runners taking off with the contact, and they will retreat. Spires to second, Hughes back to first. Rams have added 3 more here in this fourth. They had a big inning in the fourth inning and now have put up a crooked number again, and a swing and a miss by Hannon. He goes down on strikes, and that will bring the inning to a close. But for the Rams, they pick up 3 more runs in the inning. They had a total of 2 base hits. They leave 2 men on, and there was 1 Wolfpack error. At the end of 5 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, Paoli now on top, 9-4. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
When your job site needs to keep moving, count on Bender Lumber, now proudly a division of RP Lumber. From roofing and windows to decking, doors, and pro-grade tools, they're ready when you are. Need a job site delivery? Looking for free material takeoff? They can help with both. And they know the trades and are here to help keep your projects on schedule. Visit them in Paoli or BenderLumber.com. Bender Lumber, now part of the RP Lumber family. RP Lumber, best service, best value.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
Rams make another pitching change as we move now to the 6th inning of play here at Seitzinger Field. It'll be the right-hander. That's Tyler Hannon coming in. Chastain started, went 1 inning of work. Spires then went 4, and Hannon now see if he can come in and close out this ball game for the Rams and send them into the semifinal round. Tyler 1.71 ERA, 5-3 on the season as he comes in. And he will be facing hitters 8, 9, and 1. That'll be Hayes Farrell, Bladen Dickey, and Devin Decker. And Hannon, the right-hander, another power pitcher. First one is a swing and a miss for strike 1. Farrell on the day on with an error and then was doubled. And he struck out in the 4th inning. Rams have had 8 strikeouts so far by Ram pitching in this ball game. The next pitch is going to be low for ball 1. Farrell, the senior, and there's a strike called on the next one. He's behind in the count 1-2. Sturgeon, Decker, Menke have been on the mound for the Pack. Chastain, Spires, and Hannon now for the Rams. And Farrell Hayes goes down. Hayes Farrell, that is, goes down looking. That'll be out in number 1, strikeout in number 1, recorded by Hannon. And that'll bring up Bladen Dickey to the plate, the number 9 man in the order. Dickey, the second baseman, walked and was left stranded in the 2nd and struck out in the 4th. When the Rams, Cooper Spires came in, he hits it on the ground, shortstop. Spires has it, going to throw across the diamond, 1 hop, backhanded nicely by Dom. And there's quickly 2 up and 2 down here in this 6th inning of play. Roll the order over one more time, and Devin Decker will come to the plate. He has struck out twice and walked and scored back in the 5th. 2 outs now in the inning for Paoli as Decker will come to the plate. As Tyler Hannon, 3rd Ram hurler to step to the mound here tonight, trying to close it out here for Paoli. He leads it now 9-4. First pitch, a swing and a miss by Decker for strike 1. Decker's able to keep this inning going. It'll be up to Ian Sturgeon to follow him to the plate. There's a curveball and a beauty on the inside part of the plate. The count goes to 0-2. And trying to finish it out, a 1-2-3 inning. Strike 2 pitch and a strike on the outside part of the plate, and Decker goes down looking for out number 3 here in the 6th. No runs, no hits, nobody left on, no Ram errors. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli on top, 9-4. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Invest where it matters most in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community, one scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
The sixth here at Seitzinger Field as Paoli will come to the plate. And for the Rams, hitters 4, 5, and 6, Dom Garcia, Justin Thornton, and Tripp Spencer. Dom tonight is flied out to center, a triple and a run scored in the fourth inning of play. Then he grounded out to end the fourth inning to the third baseman. So he'll step up to the plate with the bases empty, and he will face Menke for the first time as Evan Menke, the right-hander, coming in, the third pitcher of the night. And with that change in the last inning, Fish has moved to third, and Decker has returned out to center field for Crawford County. As Dom steps in, coming into tonight's game, hitting at .238. And he'll try and get the inning going like he did the last time. That triple went over the head of the right fielder, Richardson, and went all the way to the fence. And Dom sees a strike to start off the inning, 0-1. Menke, the right-hander, on the hill. Wind in the strike one pitch, a wave at one outside, and that's strike two on Dom. As Paoli trying to, again, maybe add some runs, leading it after they trailed 3-0 in this ball game, have come back now to lead it 9-4. Menke has the ball hit right back up the middle, shortstop near the second base bag, throw across the diamond, and he gets him. Nice play that time by Sturgeon, has moved over to shortstop, had to range far to his left, and there is one out in the inning. And that'll bring up Justin Thornton to the plate. Justin has popped out to the pitcher, walked and scored in the fourth, and then struck out looking in the fifth inning of play. Justin steps in from the right side with one out and nobody on for the Rams. First pitch by Menke is a breaking ball that is high for ball one. On deck for the Rams is Tripp Spencer. Thornton, a center fielder, again has had his struggles at the plate. Looks at the next one low and outside, and the count goes to 2-0. Ball right back to Menke. He's ready to work, waiting on Thornton to step into the box, and now Justin is set. The 2-0 pitch, a fastball that dots the inside corner of the plate for strike one. 2-1 to count on Thornton. Quickly back in, Justin ready to work, and next pitch is a curveball and a beauty, and the count goes to 2-2. So Thornton has seen the fastball and the curveball. Let's see what he gets here on this 2-2 count. Menke has the sign from Breeden, brings it in, and it's going to be fouled off out of play over the first base dugout into the parking lot. Again, darkness taking over here. A brief shower between games, had a rainbow, and then skies have cleared, cooled off a bit. But we got everything in here at the beautiful Seitzinger Field as the off-speed pitch is outside, and the count goes to 3-2. One out in the inning. The payoff pitch on the way, and it's going to be high on the breaking ball, and Thornton will be on it first with a walk. And for Menke, that will be the third walk that he has issued now in his second inning of work. And Tripp Spencer comes to the plate, the right fielder now for the Rams. Spencer has walked twice and scored twice. He'll step in from the right side wearing number 1 on that Rams jersey. Thornton, a threat to steal, being held at first, and Spencer looks at one too far inside for ball one. Menke checks the runner. Runner goes, a swing, and it's beat foul at the plate off the bat of Tripp Spencer, so we'll have to retreat and get everybody back. Count goes to 1-1 to Spencer. 9-4, Rams on top. Again, the winner moves on to the semifinal round on Saturday morning to take on the Salem Lions, who defeated Clarksville in game number 1 tonight, 7-1. Throw over to first. Thornton dives back in ahead of the tag. As Menke from the stretch. Again, quick throw over. Thought Thornton might be leaning. Justin's got it measured just about the limit as he's diving in just ahead of the tag at first base, being held there by Miller Crocker. Justin again gets that first foot out to about the cut of the turf. Swing and a miss by Spencer on a fastball. Count goes to 1-2. One out in the inning for the Rams. That was Garcia's ground out to short. Then Thornton walked, and he's on at first. The wind in the pitch, and the runner goes. It's a ball. The ball there on a couple of hops, fielded by the shortstop in front of the bag and knocked down, and finally ahead is going to be Thornton with that stolen base. And the count goes to 2-2 to Trip Spencer. Thornton in scoring position. See if he can score his second run of the ball game and give the Rams 10 on the night. Right now it's a 9-4 lead for Paoli in the bottom of the sixth. Curveball sails way high. Spencer has to dunk out of the way, and the count goes to 3-2. On deck is Aiden Hickman for Paoli. The 3-2 pitch is a fastball. That's too far inside, and that'll be back-to-back walks by Menke. That'll be his fourth walk. And 11 on the night here, make it 12 on the night for Crawford County pitching. But runners on at first and second. Aiden Hickman to the plate. He is struck out, sacrifice fly, and an RBI in the fourth, and struck out again in the fifth. Menke from the stretch. They come in at the corners, and there's a strike. The runner goes down to third, and the throw is high, and Thornton will be down at third with a stolen base, and following him in is Spencer over at second. So Paoli now with two runners in scoring position, and a strike count on Aiden Hickman. And batter, what did they do? Interference. Okay, so they call batter interference on Hickman. That'll be out number 2. And the base runners have to retreat back to second and third. And Austin Chastain will come to the plate. So Crawford gets a break there. As Menke from the stretch with runners still at first and second. Bluff throw. He's got him picked off, but the throw is too far to the third base side of the bag of second base. Luckily, though, the center fielder Decker comes in, as once again they knew that Thornton was wanting to run, and they had Justin leaning, and had the throw been on the bag, they would have gotten him. Instead, we'll reset with Chastain at the plate. He has walked 3 times and scored 3 times tonight. Oh, my. That one gets away. It goes all the way back to the screen, and that will allow both runners to come to the plate. That definitely falls under the category of a wild pitch. So runners now at second and third, that being Thornton and Spencer. And at the plate, Austin Chastain, 1-0 count, and this one's low in the dirt, and the count goes to 2-0. It's stopped behind the plate that time by Breeden to keep that ball in front of him. As Menke trying to work out of this inning without any damage. 2-0 pitch is beat foul at the plate, rolls down the third base line, and it will finally spin in foul territory, and the count goes to 2-1. Rams with 1 run in the third inning, a 5 spot in the fourth, and 3 more in the fifth, for their total of 9 here tonight. Single runs in the first, second, third, and fifth innings for the Wolfpack. 2-1 count now. That group for a great job as Chastain goes down looking, took good care of us, and we appreciate that very much. Here in the 6th inning of play, there were no runs for the Rams. There were no hits. They leave 2 men on base, and there were no errors. We'll go to do the 7th inning of play. Rams lead at 9-4. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than In Focus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus. Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
The right-handed senior, Tyler Hannon, on the mound, looks to close it out here for the Rams to send them into Saturday night semifinal round game against Salem. Here for the last chance for the Wolfpack in this seventh. It's going to be hitters 2, 3, and 4. Ian Sturgeon, Carson Breeden, along with Brody Fish. Sturgeon started out pitching here tonight, but moved to the infield. He got on with an error and scored in the first, flied out to the second baseman, and walked and was left stranded in the fifth inning of play. Sturgeon, the junior, will see if he can get something going here. For Hannon, the senior, he wants to make it a 1-2-3 inning and send the Rams home here tonight. And the good news is we look like we got great weather for the rest of the week, so should have no problems with the semifinal round on Saturday and the championship game on Monday night, as time was called before that pitch was made. So it will not count, as it will be Sturgeon at the plate. Third baseman now for the Rams, Chastain in at third but off the line, not guarding the line at all, and the fastball is inside for ball one. Second inning of work here for Hannon, not giving up a run or hit. He struck out one and has not walked anybody, and there's a strike on the outside part of the plate, and the count goes to 1-1. Sturgeon, the junior, calls time now back in. Curveball sails high, and count goes to 2-1. Rams have been able to use their pitchers, Chastain, Spires, and Hannon, but not to the point where they overworked them and they can't come back on Saturday. So Rams monitoring that pitch count so it doesn't affect any of their hurlers. And the next pitch is sailing outside to make it 3-1, and the next one's inside, and that'll be ball four. Not what the Rams wanted to see here in the seventh, and walk to open up the inning. And for Hannon, that'll be his first walk of the day and the sixth of the night for Rams pitching. And that'll bring to the plate Cason Breeden, the catcher. He has struck out, walked and scored in the third, and struck out looking in the fifth. First pitch is popped up down the right field line. There's a lot of empty room over there. Will it be fair or foul? And it's going to be a foul ball. Right fielder that time, Tripp Spencer, was shaded over towards right center field. He had a long run to go. If that would have dropped, that definitely would have been extra bases. Instead, it goes down as a long strike down the right field line. Nobody out, one runner on here for Crawford. They're trying to make a rally here as they trail it 9-4. And the Rams are trying to snuff any type of rally here to move on with the win and into the next round of postseason play. This one gets off the plate, goes all the way back to the screen, and that will allow the base runner on the wild pitch to move all the way over to second, and the count goes to 1-1 to Cason Breeden. Again, it is hitters 3, 4, and 5 still due up here, so the middle part of the order right where Crawford wants their batting order to be in this situation. Base runner down is Sturgeon, good speed at second, swing and a miss on a fastball by Breeden. That's strike 2, 1-2. Ram fans appreciate that pitch down to our left here at Seitzinger Field. Nice crowd on hand for both the Rams and the Wolfpack here on this Wednesday evening. The next pitch in is a strike at the knees. And that'll be strike 3 looking, as going down for the third time on strikes is Breeden for out number 1. Hannon's second strikeout of the night, and Brody Fish will come to the plate. Fish had a double and an RBI in the first, struck out looking in the third, and had a single and was left stranded in the fifth. So he's got a 2-hit night. He jumps on the first one and beats it foul down the first base line for strike 1. Fish, one of the seniors here, playing his final game. They can't make a rally. Decker, Fish, along with Menke and Richardson, the seniors in this lineup today for the Crawford County Wolfpack. Strike one pitch from Hannon, another breaking ball, but this one's inside, and the count goes to 1-1. Sturgeon down at second. He walked, and a wild pitch moved him down to second base, is where he's at right now. The 1-1 pitch is swinging and a miss, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Hannon trying to battle back here and get the cleanup hitter for Crawford County. A 1-2 pitch on the way. A long look to the base runner, brings it in, and it's going to be foul third base, and it's going to be a fair ball. As Chastain really caught there in no man's land, didn't know, is it going to be fair, is it going to be foul? Then it took a short hop on him, and that will be an infield single off the bat of Fish, as he will be down at first base. Hannon giving up his first hit of the day and the fourth of the ball game for the Wolfpack. Keeps the inning alive for Devin Menke, the senior, now pitching, and the lefty looks at the first one outside for ball 1. He is grounded to second, hit a triple, had an RBI, and then picked off at third, and then he was hit by a pitch his last time up. A little check swing, and he goes around for strike 1-1. Sturgeon down at second. Fish is on at first with 1 out in the inning. Rams lead it by 5, and this one's going to be foul down the third base side out of play, and the count goes to 1-2. Menke steps out now back in. Wants to keep his season and career going if possible. Hannon from the stretch. Off-speed pitch. It's going to be foul down the left field line. Will stay out of ball and 2 strikes. So Menke hanging tough here behind in the count. With 1 out and 2 on for the Wolfpack. Need more base runners here if they want to try and come back. They jumped out 3-0, but since then the Rams have outscored them 9-1. The next pitch is going to be just off the plate on the outside part for ball 2, 2-2. Hannon from the stretch checks the runner at second. Brings the 2-2 pitch in, and again, raked foul down the left field line and out of play. Keeps the count at 2-2. On deck is Miller Crocker for the Wolfpack. Devin Menke battling at the plate, the lefty. Hannon from the stretch brings it in, a curveball. There goes the runner, throw down, and 1 hop, and they got him. A nice throw by Kirkland using the tag applied, and that nails the runner at third. That goes 2-5 for out number 2. And they called a ball on the pitch, so the count goes to 3-2 to Menke. But now there are 2 outs in the inning. Going down to second was Fish on that throw to third. Hannon has the next pitch fouled off again. Menke hanging tough there, fouling pitch after pitch off so that he can keep alive at the plate and the game alive for Crawford. Down to their final strike here in this ball game. 3-2 pitch. Hannon delivers in, and it's fisted out towards third base. Austin Chastain has it. Throw across the diamond, and he gets him, and that's your ball game. As the Rams fall behind early, but then they come back here to take the lead and win it. Your final tonight is 9-4 here in the 7th for the Wolfpack of Crawford County. There were no runs. They had 1 base hit. They had 1 man left on, and there were no Ram errors. As the Rams win and advance to the semifinal round, as they defeat Crawford County for the 3rd time this season, your final on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, it is Paoli 9 and Crawford County 4. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
No two of us are exactly alike. That's why you need a financial advisor with the freedom to focus on the details that make your life your own, your family, the dreams that inspire you. Whatever your goals, you need an advisor who can create a plan uniquely tailored to you, all backed by the sophisticated resources of Raymond James. To learn more, call financial advisors Jamie Sullivan or Jenny Baker at 812-849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange SIPC.
In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Rams have to come from behind, but they get the job done. That's all you need to do, win and advance, and that's what the Paoli Rams do in their opening sectional game in Class 2A Sectional 46 here tonight at Seitzinger Field. Even though they fall behind 3-0, Rams battle back to win it here tonight. Again, your final 9-4. Paoli had 9 runs on 5 hits, committed 2 errors. They leave 8 men on base. Crawford County 4 runs on 4 hits with 1 error, and they stranded 7 base runners tonight. Scored first. They got an RBI double off the bat. Brody Fish to drive in Ian Sturgeon in the first to make it 1-0. Then they got an unearned run in the second inning without a base hit at all. And then they had another run in the third, thanks in part to a Devin Menke triple and an RBI. And all of a sudden, the Wolfpack were up by a score of 3-0. Rams finally got a run in their own bottom of the third. Once again, an unearned run. It's come with a walk, but then the sacrifice fly off the bat of Kirkland Hughes to make it a 3-1 ball game. But then finally, Spires on in relief, got a 1-2-3 inning in the fourth, and then the Rams come up as they send 10 men to the plate in that fourth inning of play, and they score 5 runs on just 2 base hits. But the 2 big hits in the inning were triples, one by Dom Garcia, the other by Cooper Spires, and a sacrifice fly off the bat of Aiden Hickman mixed in with that. And Paoli had their first lead of the night at that point in time, 5-3. But Crawford County answered with a single run of their own in the fifth, as again it was an unearned run with only 1 base hit. And Paoli, though, they come right back in their own 5th inning as they put 3 more on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, those coming off of 2 base. One of those by Carter Vernon, a big single and a run scored in that 5th inning of play, and also in there Kirkland Hughes with a big RBI single, and then the Rams able to close it out and keep the Wolfpack off the scoreboard in the 6th and 7th innings to preserve the win here tonight by a score of 9-4. The win for the Rams now improved to 13-9 on the year. Crawford County, well, they end their season at 3-22. For the Wolfpack, as far as pitching tonight, Sturgeon went 3 2/3 innings, gave up 6 runs on 3 hits. He struck out 4 and he walked 7. Decker came on in relief. He went 1/3 of an inning and walked a batter. And then Menke pitched 2 innings, and he gave up a total of 3 runs on the 2 base hits. He struck out 3 and he walked 4. So the big issue there for Wolfpack pitching tonight was walks, as they had a total here tonight of 12 free passes. For the Rams, Austin Chastain got through the first inning but couldn't get out of the second. Cooper Spires came on in relief. Chastain officially with 1 inning of work. He gave up 2 runs on 1 hit. He struck out 2, walked 1, and hit a batter. Spires, in 4 innings of relief work, gave up 2 runs on 2 hits. He struck out 8 and walked 4. Then closed out the door as Tyler goes 2 innings of play, 1 hit, struck out 2, and he walked a batter. As Paoli ends up winning it here tonight and advance on to the semifinal round on Saturday to take on the Salem Lions. Again, your final tonight, 9-4, Paoli over Crawford County. We'll be back to wrap things up from Seitzinger Field. You're listening to Rams Baseball on Mix 95.3.
Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7 or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
Need a quick bite or cold drink or fuel for the road? Head to Betty's Food and Fuel, right across from Walmart at 656 North Gospel Street in Paoli. We're locally owned and operated and open Monday through Saturdays from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sundays from 6 to 10 p.m. Enjoy competitive gas, daily food specials, a hot deli, fresh wraps, salads, and cold sandwiches. Need an ATM or lottery ticket? We have both. Find us on Facebook at Betty's Food and Fuel. For questions, call 812-203-0227. Betty's Food and Fuel, the one-stop shop.
And able to finally get things rolling in that the fourth inning of play, where they scored 5 runs to finally give up to get the lead, and never gave up that lead, and pull away for the 9-4 victory here tonight to defeat the Crawford County Wolfpack for the third time this season, and it's a big one in postseason play, which means the Rams win and advance. And this will move Paoli on to the semifinal round here at Seitzinger Field on Saturday morning in Class 2A Sectional 46. Earlier tonight in the first game here, it was Salem down in Clarksville to punch their ticket to the Saturday morning game. And in that Saturday matchup, it was Salem and Paoli at 11 a.m. The Rams will come into the game 13-9. The Lions will enter that contest at 13-11. Then in Game 2, after the first game, it'll be Mitchell and Eastern who drew the byes. Mitchell will enter that game 9-12, Eastern 9-11. In that first contest, the matchup between the Rams and the Lions, they did not play in regular season play, and also Mitchell and Eastern did not meet up in regular season play. Of course, the winners then on Saturday will move on to the championship game on Monday evening. The Rams tonight get good production up and down the batting order, and the winning pitcher in relief is Cooper Spires, and Ian Sturgeon will take the loss for Crawford County in the Rams' 9-4 win here this evening at Seitzinger Field. Again, want to thank all of our great sponsors for allowing us to bring you high school baseball not only tonight but throughout the entire season. A big thank you as well to our engineer and producer back at the studio, Peg Franz. A great job as always. And most of all, thanks to you for listening. Again, our next game will be the semifinal matchup on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock between Salem and Paoli. Again, we'll be on the air at around 10:50 with our pregame show here from Seitzinger Field. I'm Dave Dedrick, again, your final tonight from Seitzinger Field on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. It was Paoli 9 and Crawford County 4. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in to today's coverage of high school sports on Mix 95.3 WUME. Our baseball and softball coverage brought to you all season long by Team OC Youth Mentoring, Whitfield Investments, Buddy's Food and Fuel, by RP Lumber, Riley Oil, Springer Insurance, Cave and Cal Car Quarries, Orange County Casa, Hoosier Hills Credit Union, Hoosier Hardware, Paoli Health and Living Community, by Jeremy Payton Edward Jones, Orange County REMC, and Orange County Fiber. In Focus Eye Care, Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James.